And now, this week's edition of Big Face with your host, Samantha Jane Tilton.
Hey guys, welcome back for part 2, week 2 of a little bit of behind the scenes of an acting class that I teach. And I hope you tuned in last week for the first half of it. If you didn't, go back, check it out. Some really talented people doing some awesome stuff. We're having good times. So welcome back. Enjoy this week's and talk to you soon. So we're back in action. And so you know what, Vincent, let's jump in.
Actually, I have to jump. I'm reading with Bryce, and I have half an hour. I have a half an hour.
Oh my God! Half an hour? No, you were staying till the end.
He's got a half an hour.
I got a half an hour.
He's just got a half an hour.
That was fantastic. All right, so Vinny Boy, and nobody's allowed to call him that except me.
Yes.
Vinny Boy, so you're up second. So
I can go last. It's not a big deal.
thank you very much. All right, so Bryce, you're up, and Wendell. So let me mute you guys. Hold on, and oh yeah, and again, so hold on. Go ahead, unmute yourselves, guys. Please and thank you. Oh, great. So you could slate and you could say where this is from if you'd like.
Okay.
And whenever you guys are ready.
All right, my name is Bryce Craver, and this is a scene from Justified.
Cold out here. I can feel it.
Yeah, I was just thinking the same thing.
I appreciate the lie, Mr. Crowder, but we both know what you were thinking. Loose end and all.
You know my mind? Maybe I was going to take your keys, let you walk.
So you can shoot me in the back? You're going to have to look me in the eye when you pull that trigger. Now, I knew the minute you stepped in my cab, I was going to be staring down the black hole of your gun. Cut me down like the plague you are.
Well, I've got to say, you did do a pretty good job. All that smoke, blowing it up my ass.
Ain't no smoke. But I will say this. Stories of outlaw legends, they ain't passed down by the families of the murdered.
I don't give a shit about the Ballad of Boyd Crowder. I'll be dead and gone when that song gets sung.
Old boy by the name of Hunter Keene mean anything to you?
Let me guess. I killed him? Or my men killed him? My dope killed him, or my daddy killed him? Next thing that comes out of your mouth is, how do you sleep at night, Boyd Crowder? Well, do you know how? Because I know who I am. Do you? You're a slave. Disenfranchised and you don't even know it. You drive your shitty truck to your shitty house, live out your shitty life. You think you're better than me because you follow the rules? Whose rules? My life is my own.
You haven't even heard a word I said.
I don't give a shit what you said. I'm an outlaw. And then I shoot him.
In the head.
Awesome. Let me unmute everybody. Oh, love this. Okay, great job. I don't know if you guys know this, and you guys watching or listening definitely don't know this, but we were figuring out material for Bryce to pick or to do, and he said, do you have any, anything in mind or whatever? And I happened to write, because Justified is one of my favorite shows of all time. I threw that in the mix, like, oh, maybe have you ever seen Justified? Bryce writes back, I love Justified. And I was like, awesome. Didn't write Bryce back because I tend to do that and have delayed reactions to things. Bryce picks a scene. It is the exact scene that I had already picked to tell him out of all the seasons. It is like one of my favorites. So it's so funny because when you just started, I was clicking buttons to mute and I had forgotten the piece that you were going to do until you said justified. And I was like, yes. So awesome. How did that feel?
It felt good. It took me a few lines to feel grounded in it.
Okay.
But eventually I felt pretty grounded.
I think you were very grounded. And if anything, I'd like to unground you a little bit.
Okay.
And I don't mean in the truthfulness of it, but I'd like you to kind of be able to play with it a little bit more. Boyd Crowder is such a, I don't know why the word I was going to say was like flowery, but he is like so like flourishing. Like he's just so, what's the word I'm looking for? But he is just so.
I mean, flamboyant.
He's so like, he has so much essence going on.
There's like a Southern Belle kind of quality to him. Like
he's so long-winded with his words, and he's so smart. He's really intelligent with the way he speaks, the way he thinks. Now, what's interesting about this is, okay, I wrote. When he starts saying to you, when he says to you, you know, when he says to you, like, you don't have to, you're going to have to, you know, Boyd Crowder, I know that you're going to be shooting me. That's what whatever one of his first lines were.
okay.
And now the jig is up because you were acting like, oh, I'm just getting a ride with you. And then I'm, you know, whatever. The jig is up. He knows that you're going to kill him and do what you do. He knows who you are. So what do you feel at that point? Are you like fucking annoyed? You got to deal now. Do you have patience for this guy right now? So
obviously, like, the emotional work of the scene is a little bit heavier, but the metaphor that I kept thinking of in this scene is like when a new movie comes out and a director has to go on like an international press junket. And he keeps getting asked the same questions over and over again by people that don't really understand what the movie is about, you know? So it's like, I feel like that's kind of what the headspace. That's very good. He's like, you don't get it. Like, you don't understand. Yeah.
That's very good because to Boyd at this point, this guy he's a pest.
Yeah.
Yes. He's a pest. He's just standing in the way of him being able to do what he wants to do to get to where he wants to be without being bothered. And now this guy's a bother because he's actually having a conversation with Boyd about who he is, why he does the things he does, why he's a killer. Have you thought about now? So here's the thing. What was interesting about this is the way that you did it. You talked about, you say like you're a slave and you're like, I don't want to be like you. And you live your life according to whose rules, right? But, and maybe I'm wrong, but Boyd, for as much of an outlaw as he is, and as much as he's skipped around the rules, there's so much of him that wanted the good life. Like he wanted love. He wanted to just have that simple life and be set. So this guy, in a way, is actually what he did want. He did want, like at this point, I don't believe he has Ava at this point.
No, this is after. This is like his downfall.
Right. Yeah. So he is crushed. The love of his life gone. He wanted to just, and for anybody watching, actually, I don't want to spoilers, but for the sides of this, so he kind of lost every dream he ever had. So he just goes further and further down the fuck everything. But that's not truly, I don't believe that that's truly what he wanted. I think he wanted a life with the person he loved. I think he wanted to live in that house. He always just needed more. He wanted money, but he wanted to be done with that. There were so many times that he wanted to be done. So this guy, while he's saying, fuck your life is fucked up and stupid, I don't want to fucking be like you, I believe he actually did I believe he actually did want some of the normal things. So while he's saying that, I think he's actually, like we just talked about with Richards, like envious that and does that ring for you? Does that ring true?
Yeah, that he's like, maybe, I mean, and even saying I'm an outlaw at the end, it's like, well, this is where I am now. This is like the life I've chosen. I'm going all in on the outlaw thing.
And I think, so I have like the chills thinking about it. There's so many times where he tried to reform himself and he tried to be a better man, a better person. And he did achieve that only for those things. So for a character, so he redeemed himself and then that was broken. He redeemed himself, that was broken. And so he's kind of at the end of his rope. This guy is now going, think about it, try and be a better person. And to somebody that has tried to be a better person and has only gotten fucked for it, he doesn't want to care. Right? But he does. I believe he, at other points, we saw things to this character that he did care about other people. He did want to do the right thing.
Yeah.
So I don't think this is as simple as, so you were very grounded, which is what I talked about. I don't think you're as grounded in this. I don't think it's that simple.
Okay.
I think that this is more difficult. I think the anger pushes you over the edge to fuck this, to do what you need to do and to fucking own it by being a fucking outlaw. But I think it is a very complicated thing within yourself.
Okay.
And when he says, I don't give a shit about the Ballad of Boyd Crowder. I'll be dead and gone before that
song gets sung.
Before that song gets sung. Exactly. And then what's the line? He says, let me guess. You've heard this. You've heard,
let me guess. I killed him.
Right. So is that the part you're talking about with the director? Let me guess.
Yeah, it's just like, okay, you're going to go through this thing that I've heard a billion times.
Yeah.
And, yeah.
Except for this, it's the shit in himself that it really is true. He has tried to look in himself. And now this guy is like, it's almost a last ditch effort. And it hurts him to even think that because he tried and it fucking didn't work. Does that make sense?
Yeah, yeah. What?
So, go ahead.
No. If you had, I was just trying to think of where to be.
Well, I would say, I would say it's not simple. You're with another human being. You actually do value other people. You don't want to do the wrong thing. But you are, I think to begin with, your action is you're trying to get what you want. It's that simple because you are. You're not, but now that's how the scene starts. But now he calls you on it. I think the director being annoyed because fuck, now I got to look. It's kind of, I believe, it's kind of like, fuck, now I got to look inward. I've fucking looked inward. So the rest of this is now hard. And I wouldn't make a choice as to if you're going to shoot him or not. I mean, within you. I think listen to him, take in what he's saying. I think maybe it does get in, which is why you get angry. Let it get you angry that you couldn't be that person and fuck somebody that's trying to tell you otherwise because you tried.
So this last chunk at the end, it's more of a rant about him reliving the things, kind of. Does that?
Which part? The
very when he's like, "Let me guess, I killed him." It's less about the guy being cliche and more about, oh, you're gonna make me relive all this shit again.
Or let me guess. You're about to tell me all the bad things about myself that I have to live with every day? Is that what you're going to tell me? Because I fucking know.
Okay.
I kind of feel like he's already in the pain and this guy's going to try and reform him. And he's like, he already is feeling all the shit in himself.
Mm-hmm.
Does that make sense?
Yep.
Let's play with that.
All right.
Okay. I'm going to mute everybody and you guys can unmute yourselves. Hold on. Go for it, guys. Great. So, whenever you're ready.
Okay.
Cold out here. I can feel it.
Yeah. I was just thinking the same thing.
I appreciate the lie, Mr. Crowder, but we both know what you were thinking. Loose end and all.
You know my mind? Maybe I was just going to take your keys, let you walk.
So you can shoot me in the back? You're going to have to look me in the eye when you pull that trigger. Now, I knew the minute you stepped in my cab, I was going to be staring down the black hole of your gun. Cut me down like the plague you are.
Well, I gotta say, you did do a pretty good job. All that smoke, blowing it up my ass.
Ain't no smoke. But I will say this. Stories of outlaw legends, they ain't passed down by the families of the murdered.
I don't give a shit about the Ballad of Boyd Crowder. I'll be dead and gone when that song gets sung.
Old boy by the name of Hunter Keene mean anything to you?
Let me guess. I killed him? Or my men killed him? My dope killed him, or my daddy killed him?
Sorry, pause for 1 second. Go back to the beginning of that.
Mm-hmm.
Say those things with some flourishes. Like you've heard them as these big stories.
Sure, yeah.
Pump them up.
Could you do the Hunter Keene line again?
Yes.
Thank you.
Old boy by the name of Hunter Keene mean anything to you?
Let me guess. I killed him. Or my men killed him. Or my dope killed him, or my daddy killed him. Next thing out of your mouth is, how do you sleep at night, Boyd Crowder? Well, do you know how? Because I know who I am. Do you? You're a slave. Disenfranchised, you don't even know it. You drive your shitty truck to your shitty house, live out your shitty life. You think you're better than me because you play by the rules? Whose rules? My life is my own.
You haven't heard a word I've said.
I don't give a shit what you said. I'm an outlaw.
That's great. How did that feel?
Good. Yeah.
There's a lot. I mean, there's a lot. That's like.
Yeah, there is a lot.
There's a lot. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Yeah. I don't know if I can.
That's okay.
Yeah. I just, the part about the shitty truck was resonating a little bit more. I was thinking about like the shitty truck and the shitty house that I wish that I was living in. You know, because he even had a house. Like he and Ava had a house picked out.
Yeah.
And she's
At
gone.
the chills.
Now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like I felt that from you. I felt I don't give a shit. And I felt the frustration and being angry. And it felt very specific. Like you just said, they had a house picked out. Like, did you feel connected to that? Being angry at the...
Yeah.
Yeah, I did as well. That's the thing. There's a lot of layers to this. So it's funny because you were like, I felt very grounded in it. And I was like, I want to unground you.
Right.
But like, it's only because you were being truthful to what you were looking at. But there's a bunch of different layers that we have to explore, right?
Mm-hmm.
and with his character particularly. But I thought that was great, and I think you played more with this.
Definitely.
Even from the beginning, just like that's why I was like, wait, go with flourish, because that's part of playing around with this character. He's so extreme.
Right.
So playing with the extremities of that, I think could be. Is this something that you'd want to work on again?
Yeah, sure. I love the character.
I love it. Yeah, I love it. Wendell, do you happen to watch this show as well?
I did not.
Really?
But I will.
No, it's funny because you were doing the accent and stuff, and I'm like, oh, he's a fan.
I am now.
That's what I recommend this show so highly to everybody.
It's very good.
It's a very, very good show, but a lot of people haven't seen it or just like, I tried. So I love, Bryce, that you wanted to do this. But yes, so the things I said, they rang true for you?
Definitely.
I think there was a lot, though, that we just uncovered right before doing it again.
Mm-hmm.
So I would love to even go further with, like you said, I know who I am.
Mm-hmm.
Like that line, I think if we flesh out everything, it's like, it's all of this entire scene put together, like front to back. I know who I am. All this experience, I'm thinking about being better, but I also know who I am, and fuck you. I feel like it is like the root of all of it. I know who I am. I feel like I just wrote that down. Like that's such an important line.
Right.
So awesome job. And you can do anything. And that's why I'm so glad that you played more with this. And I would love if we went further with this.
Cool.
Or
Let's
even
do it
just
again.
or even another one with his character. I think it would be a really fun one to play with.
He's got a lot of great scenes.
I just couldn't believe of all the scenes. There's 6 seasons, guys, six seasons. And I'm like, are you freaking kidding me? I was like, I literally woke up in the morning, looked at my email on my phone, was still in bed, and I went out loud, oh my God. I was so excited. Oh, amazing. Great job.
Thank you.
Yeah, we'll do that again. Great job. So Wendell, can you stay on a few more minutes? You got to peace out?
I'm going to have to peace out.
Okay.
I love you all. Thank you.
Bye, Wendell. Everybody.
Hey, Wendell. Great
See
seeing
you
you.
soon.
Wendell Laurant. He's the best. We'll have you back again.
Thank you. I've enjoyed myself.
We love you and your talented ass.
Love you too. Enjoy. Bye.
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 Awesome. So, all right. So, Vinny boy, you ready?
Yep, I'm ready.
Wonderful.
I'm going to go old school, and I'm going to do
My
the
man.
pilot scene from the pilot to the Incredible Hulk.
I love it. 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 I love it.
If you want to see the pilot, it's on Amazon Prime right now. So
Is it really?
yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Well, the whole series is on IMDb TV, but IMDb is owned by Amazon Prime, so you just have to watch it with ads. Yeah.
Okay. I can take it.
Yeah.
I think
I watched it when it first came out.
And it looked,
Yeah. I was like,
I'm that old.
me too. I was in kindergarten, but
Oh my God.
When did it come out?
1977. Yeah, but another interesting note about there's one of the co-stars in the pilot is Susan Batson, who's now a very famous acting coach.
wow. Very cool.
She's in it. Yeah. So for anybody,
Very, very cool.
I've brought that up to many friends who study with her. They said, "Oh, you got to see her in the Incredible Hulk."
That's so cool.
Yeah.
I started trying to chill out with watching shows. I think I told you guys this, and I'm trying to watch all classic movies.
Right.
And I started watching Apocalypse Now,
So
and I
good.
was like 20
So
minutes
good.
in, and I was like, oh, this is amazing. And then I'm like, oh no, this is not bringing me to a positive space. Like, no. I was like, this is not an uplifting thing. I can't do it right now. So I shut it off. I was like, not the right time.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah, spirits need to be lifted. So, but I'll save it for another day. It's amazing so far.
Yeah, it's really good.
All right, Vinny boy.
Okay.
So Allison's reading for you, yes?
Yes, she's reading
Okay.
the part of Elena. I'm reading the part of David.
Wonderful. I'm going to mute everybody and hold on. You guys can unmute yourselves. Vinny boy. Oh, I unmuted you. Okay.
Oh,
So
it never works on me.
it's so bizarre. It's probably me more than anything else. Okay, so whenever you guys are ready. Oops.
My God, David,
Easy, easy, easy.
what happened to you?
I'm not sure.
I'm like, okay, just sit down, sit down. What happened to your arm? Let me see.
There was a bullet. I guess it went through.
A bullet? Who shot you?
I don't know.
All right, we're gonna get you to a hospital.
No, wait. I'm okay.
Oh, sure you are.
Elena, please. I can't go to the hospital.
Why not?
It might be dangerous. Just let me figure out what's happened to me, please.
All right. First, let me take care of that wound. I don't understand. Why would anyone want to shoot you?
I don't know.
Did you save the bullet?
No, why?
Might be nice to have something to bite on. Hold on.
Ah,
David, when did you say you were shot?
I don't know. Sometime early this morning.
I'll tell you, this wound looks like it's been healing for about 3 days.
I don't know.
I mean, there's scar tissue formed over it. It's almost as if your body was working faster. It's very strange.
This whole thing has been very strange.
What did happen?
Last night after you left, I hit on it. Or at least I thought I did.
Hit what?
The external force operating in conjunction with the DNA to make all those people strong as the gamma ray. It's the gamma ray.
The gamma ray.
Yeah, I matched up a graph of excessive gamma activity from sunspots to each incident of supernormal strength. In every case, they matched.
And when you and Laura had the accident?
Low gamma activity. I gotta get something to drink. I'm dehydrating.
That doesn't explain why you look like this.
I went to radiology and I took a gamma injection. I tried to call you, but you weren't here. And I was anxious.
Over anxious. How much did you take?
I went all the way and I took 300,000 units.
David!
For only 15 seconds. And nothing happened.
Really?
Well, but at least not at first. I was driving home. I had a flat tire. I was changing it.
Yes.
And then it was morning. I was standing in the woods like this.
What happened in between?
There was someone, something else, something awful.
David, try to remember.
I remember feeling incredibly strong. It was me, and it wasn't me. My eyes, they were white.
What?
My eyes were white.
David, how do you feel now?
Normal. My arm is sore, incredibly thirsty. I'm not crazy for whatever happened.
All right. Look, I think we should go down to the lab and do a couple of tests on you and try to figure out what did happen and what you might have done to make someone want to shoot you.
Okay, the Southwest lab. Is anybody there?
I don't think so. Why?
I think it might be better if we go there. It's so isolated. In case. Are you afraid?
A little.
Scene.
Awesome. Oops, let me unmute everybody. Great. How did that feel?
Really good, actually.
What felt really good about it?
I think also I'm so familiar with the scene.
Mhm.
I've seen it a lot or I've gone over it a lot, and I just really have studied it. And I can just, because I'm such a fan of the show, I just really relate with the series and really put myself in his shoes.
I want you to, I want to do it again. I would like, hold on. No, wait, okay. Okay. You're an expert, right?
Yeah.
So when you're speaking about the sunspots and the supernormal strength, I want you to speak quickly. Like, this, like,
right.
I want you to say it all to her, like, blah, 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 all the scientific shit, really, really fast, because you're just explaining really fast, but it's like nothing to you to say it.
Right, and she knows it. She's just as smart as I am. Yeah,
that's what I'm saying. So so when you're trying to explain it, these are all just little details that you just have to get through in order to get to like how you were feeling and what happened. So
okay.
I took just.
Yep. No, I agree.
Because somebody that's a scientist, they wouldn't be going gamma rays or whatever.
Right,
they don't have to explain it. They don't have to. You know what you're talking about. She knows. Let her know.
Yep.
So I want you to do that.
Okay.
You were doing what we've spoken about, which is good, is recalling in real time, like the flat tire, changing it, and you were like, and I want you, the thing is that while you're recalling this, it's all very troublesome to you. It's scary. You don't, yeah. So while you're recalling it, it's not just trying to remember. It's also a dreadful feeling. I was just about to say, but it's not that it's that far off. Like if somebody wakes up and was really drunk the night before and has this like sick to their feeling stomach, like, what did I do? Or like,
they did something really awful. Yeah.
Maybe they killed somebody, like this really terrible feeling of dread. That's who you are. You did do things that you fill you with dread.
Well, I think I did. He never killed anybody, but he doesn't know. That's what he's worried about.
You don't exactly, but you turned into the most extreme angry version of yourself.
Yeah.
So that is terrifying. So I want you to really understand the stakes of the fear of what you might have done or the fear of how you feel.
Okay.
You might have been, who you are. And you say it was me and it wasn't me.
Right.
Really pause with that. It was me. I want you to think about the me who is him. It was me. And then think about the dreadful feeling in your stomach. And take a moment to think about what you might have done.
Okay. Before
you say, and it wasn't me. I want you to really feel fear of who you are.
Sure.
Okay. And then you say to her, I'm not crazy at towards the end. You have to say that for a reason. So does she look at you like, what the fuck is with this guy? So I want you to take in her look at you like you're out of your fucking mind.
Right. Yeah.
My potty mouth. I get you guys already know this because you're in class with me. But when I teach or coach, I get like very excited. So funny. But yeah, so she looks at you and that's what gives you that face. Like she's like this, you might be out of your mind. And also then you ask her if she's afraid.
Yeah.
Why are you asking her if she's afraid? Because you're also afraid.
Yeah.
I believe.
Yeah.
So let's try that again.
Okay.
The stakes are really high.
Yeah,
you may have killed somebody. You may have killed many people.
Yep.
You turned into the worst thing that you could possibly imagine. You can't remember, but you have
I don't
this
remember
feeling.
it. Yeah. Right.
Okay. So let's play again. Hold on. I will mute all and go ahead, Allison. You can unmute yourself, Vincent. I got you. And so whenever you guys are ready, hit it.
My God, David.
Easy.
What happened to you?
I'm not sure.
Oh my God. Okay. Sit down. What happened to your arm? Let me see.
There was a bullet. I guess it went through.
A bullet? Who shot you?
I don't know.
All right, we're going to get you to a hospital.
No, wait. I'm okay.
Sure you are.
Elena, please. I can't go to the hospital.
Why not?
It might be dangerous. Just let me figure out what's happened to me, please.
All right. First, let's take care of that wound. I don't understand. Why would anyone want to shoot you?
I don't know.
Did you save the bullet?
No, why?
It might be nice to have something to bite on. Hold on.
Ouch.
David, when did you say you were shot?
I don't know. Sometime this morning.
I'll tell you, this wound looks like it's been healing for 3 days.
I don't know.
I mean, there's scar tissue formed over it. It's almost as if your body was working faster than usual. It's very strange.
This whole thing has been very strange.
What did happen?
Last night after you left, I hit on it. Or at least I thought I did.
Hit on what?
The external force operating in conjunction with the DNA to make all those people strong is the gamma ray.
The gamma ray?
Yeah, I matched up a graph of excessive gamma activity from sunspots to each incident of supernormal strength. In every case, they matched.
And when you and Laura had the accident?
Low gamma activity. I gotta get something to drink. I'm dehydrating.
But that doesn't explain why you look like this.
I went to radiology and I took a gamma injection. I tried to call you, but you weren't here, and I was anxious.
Over anxious. How much did you take?
I went all the way and I took 300,000 units.
David.
Only for 15 seconds. And nothing happened.
Really?
But at least not at first. I was driving home. I had a flat tire. I was changing it.
Yes.
And then it was morning. I was standing in the woods like this.
What happened in between?
There was a someone, something. Something else. Something awful.
What? David, try to remember.
I remember feeling incredibly strong. It was me, and it wasn't me. My eyes were white.
What?
My eyes were white.
David, how do you feel now?
Normal. My arm is sore. I'm incredibly thirsty. I'm not crazy for whatever happened.
All right. All right. Look, what I think we should do is go down to the lab, do a couple of tests on you, and try to figure out what did happen. and what you might have done to make someone want to shoot at you.
Okay. The Southwest Lab, is anybody there?
I don't think so. Why?
I think it might be better if we go there. It's so isolated. In case. Are you afraid?
Little.
Scene.
Good job. Hold on. How'd that feel?
Better. I hope I took your direction, as you said. I really I went through the scientific jargon faster, like if I knew it like the back of my hand.
You did.
Hopefully it came across well.
It did.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, it felt better. I thought your direction was really good.
I thought your taking of it was very good. So yay us. Yeah, yeah, there was I don't know whether it was that you took your time with it more, but you didn't. It's funny, like you took your time with the moments that you should have took your time with.
Right.
And there was more urgency within the whole of it. So it was so much more truthful given the circumstance. And if that makes sense.
I've seen the show, I've seen the pilot so many times, but I always want to make it my own without trying to do what he did, but still keep the essence of what they're trying to explain. And it's very challenging.
That's
because he was a really good actor. Yeah, he was fantastic. Who did this? Bill Bixby. And
Bill Bixby,
yeah, he was fantastic. I mean, you really believed it. You really believed he was very authentic. And but again, I want to try to make it my own, and so that's very challenging when you do a scene from something you've seen so many times.
100%. That's like what Wendell said as well. Like, and we've spoken about that. When you see something, it's hard to not think of that when you're doing it, how that person did it. So and I've said this to you guys before, but then to try and look at the material instead of like what you watched and like try and look at the
text. I was really trying to do more with the text.
Yeah. Because I mean, the text is, it's our gateway to understanding the situation, but also the person that we are trying to be. So it's a window into that. So when, instead of like having a window that we could just look through and see how somebody else does it, we have a window to try and peer into their soul and into the,
But, for even though the pilot is like 43 years old, it was so well written and so believable and very much taken away from the comic book. I mean, it was a totally different story than the comic book. And, but because they wanted it to be more down to earth for television and not comic booky, and,
more humanized.
Very much. Yeah. I mean, they dealt with child abuse. They dealt with alcoholism.
Yeah.
They dealt with so many things on the show that was very real. And that's what I loved about the show. Yeah, that's the hardest thing I found is as much as I love it, I want to make it my own. But hopefully I came across as that.
I love your, I always do, but I absolutely love, what's going on back there?
Sorry.
Oh, he's not sorry.
I mean, I'm just hearing that. I'm like, I don't know. It's really funny. So, I always love the passion that you bring to the things that you love and how you bring them in and try and work on them and try and make them your own, which is what you did. And like, I really do think you did take that direction and you took your time with things. It just felt simple and truthful, and clean. I don't know any other word to explain it, but it felt good to me. It felt really good. That was you did a lot with that.
Oh, thank you.
Do you guys feel that?
Yeah, absolutely.
Right? It was just, it felt completely different.
Yeah.
Piecing together, trying to piece together what had happened. It was great. It was really great this time.
Oh, thank you.
That's exact. Yeah. See, it was like, like watching you in recall and trying to think about, and you added, because the first time you were trying to do that and recalling in real time, but this time the fear and the urgency added to that. Yeah. With taking your time, I really felt that. Great job.
One thing I'll just say real quick about the storyline is at that moment in time, he doesn't know if he killed anybody. But later on in the episode, she says to him, David Banner won't kill, or the creature will not kill because David Banner won't kill. So he finds out later that he's never killed anybody in the entire series because it's only him being angry. It's not, he would never kill somebody.
Right.
Yeah.
So. It's
They figured that out. Just
that's
in the science lab. In the science lab.
Which is so important. But what's hugely important is the not knowing.
Right.
That's
at that moment
worst.
he was terrified. At that moment he was terrified. Yeah.
As a human being, I think not knowing anything is about anything. Like the unknown is always so much scarier than anything that I could know and feel like I could handle or can't handle. The unknown is always just terrifying. So really good job.
Oh, thank you.
I'm glad you did that piece.
Oh, thank you. Me too. By the way, Elena is played by Susan Sullivan, who is on a ton of things still. She's like 80, but she's still acting.
Don't you love that? I love when I see people for years and years that have careers and are working. I remember when
she was on Dharma and Greg, and
I love that. I love seeing actors. And I'm like, you were on everything. But Betty White, I remember somebody was interviewing her a while back, and they were like, so you've really, what do you think about this resurgence of your career? And she was like, everybody keeps saying that this is a resurgence of my career. She said, I never stopped working. This is my cat.
Or your cat's tail. It looked like Jaws. It looked like Jaws, going across. Yeah, exactly.
He was biting. Hi, Stormy.
By the way, did everybody hear that Jaws was the #1 movie this past week? And it was the #1 grossing movie this past week because it's playing in all these drive-ins.
That's amazing. I was too young to see in the movie theater, but I remember how scared I was when it came out when I saw it on TV. I loved it.
So I can't believe it's the #1 movie. That's amazing.
#1 grossing movie.
That's amazing.
I like that.
That movie's still on. Cool. It still holds up though. It's so good. It's so good.
Yeah.
That's good.
Well, Spielberg, come on.
Yeah, exactly.
I know.
Bigger boat.
I know.
It's just
Gonna need a bigger boat.
Exactly. So good. I love that movie.
Oh my God, if you guys could just see what this guy is doing to the entire setup, you would just, it's going to be towards the end. He's trying to rip out every corner
Time
possible.
to stop, Mom.
I know, he's like, feed me.
He's like, feed me.
That's exactly it. So
Feed
funny.
me, Seymour.
That's another one I was going to,
love it.
yeah.
Little Shop.
What, Little Shop?
My local theater here is playing Back to the Future.
Really?
Yeah, they're playing. I'm so tempted to just go see it on the big screen. I never saw it on the big screen.
You know, it's that's a great one to see on the big screen.
Yeah.
You know, it's
So
also,
well-written.
I don't know if you guys have watched, and I may have told you guys this before, but The Goldbergs.
I've never seen that show.
No.
It's really good.
Okay, Bryce, you have seen it?
I have. I've seen.
I love the woman that plays the mother. She's so funny.
Oh, she's amazing.
Wendy Coven McClendon. Wait,
I loved her in Bridesmaids.
Or Reno 911.
Reno 911, yeah.
Oh, God.
Yeah.
That line in Bridesmaids,
Brilliant.
when she says, I cracked a blanket in half. I thought that was the funniest thing. I always laugh at that scene. I cracked a blanket in half. Oh, it's hysterical.
For people that have been around for our years, Allison, you don't necessarily fit that category, but it's still a wonderful show. It is such a throwback, and Storm, it is not just. So for everybody watching, you guys have probably met Storm, but he is now throwing my chapstick, every remote, thermometer, anything he possibly can on the floor.
Right, yeah.
It's amazing. So if you hear like smacks, that's that. So The Goldbergs is such a good show. It is comedically so good, and it is so well written and so well done, but it is also really beautifully moving. And there's so many episodes where I go from laughing so hard to crying.
Yeah.
It's really,
and it's a period piece, which is really cool. I mean, I've been wanting to watch it because it's a time capsule type thing.
It brings me right back to growing up and stuff.
Yeah.
And it's a pretty cool it's a pretty cool thing. So if you haven't seen it, so there's a lot of references. Somebody said Jaws, but there's like all these references and all these amazing songs. So
it starts in the 80s, right? It takes place in the 80s.
Yes. Yeah. Every episode is, I haven't seen all of it yet. I'm in just starting season 5 actually. And there's 5, 6, 7 to watch.
Yeah.
But anyway, what the heck was I going to say? I started saying something, didn't I?
Something about the Goldbergs.
Yeah, I don't know. I could go on about that for like 50 years. So I'll leave it there, but you guys should watch it. It's definitely worth it. There's a lot of good. I've been like taking down. There's so many good, which I'll probably assign to you guys. Really good scenes, really great comedic scenes, all different kinds of ones.
I'll start watching it.
And I was just told, and Wendell's not here, but I only just heard that starting class on Monday that all of you guys are in class for the next upcoming.
Yeah. At first I wasn't going to do it, but then I finally, Scott called me and said, please. So I said, I'm unemployed, but I said, I'll work it out. I'll figure it out, you know.
I wanted to say thank you. I didn't know who was taking class and who was not. And when Scott said it, I like started to cry. I love you guys. When I say that, like, I've seen so much growth in all of your work and that I love working with you guys, like, I genuinely mean it. And I think you guys know that. And so the fact that you guys are going to be back in class and we get to go further is like the best.
I'm excited. It'll be so much fun.
I'm really, really excited. And I'm so happy.
Me too.
Thank you.
We all have such a great time.
I know. It's always the best. So thank you guys for being here as always. And thank you guys for being here and watching or listening to Big Face and getting to see all of my people, the best people, and getting a little taste of what it's like to be a community and to learn and to just be in it together. So I'm going to post all of these guys' information along with wherever this episode is. So if you're watching right now, it's probably below. If you're listening, I'm sure it's wherever you click to listen, it's there. And what else? I just, thank you guys so much. And thank you to anybody that's watching or listening. It's because of all of us being here for one another that this can be. And I know it makes me a lot better. So thank you guys. Thank you guys.
Thank you.
And
thank you, Sam.
Thanks, Sammy.
For having us.
thank you guys. And I'll be seeing you on Monday night for class.
Yep.
Yeah.
Monday night.
Awesome.
See you
Thank
soon.
you guys. Thank
Bye-bye.
you guys.
Bye. Have a good night.
Bye. Thank you guys so
everyone.
much. Great work. Bye.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
And everybody, rate, like, subscribe. I was like, late. Still not used to saying that crap, but support us. We'd love it, and we'd love to keep this thing going. So, bye, guys.
Bye-bye.
See ya. Take care.
Okay, so for those of you that know Big Face, you know that there is a portion of my show called The Feather in Your Cap. And so for these 2 weeks of this episode, which is a behind the scenes look at an acting class that I teach, there is a bunch of people on this episode, so it's hard to get everybody's feather that they would offer, although I would love to hear them. So I've decided to pause and for these 2 episodes, these 2 weeks, to offer a feather of my own. And like I tell every one of my guests, not to overthink it. So I'm going to try and do the same thing and just go with whatever comes to mind. So I'm going to say the feather that I have to offer today is to take a risk, to do something that feels scary, that, I'll speak again for myself, to try something that I don't know if I can do or not, that I don't know if I can do well, that I don't even know the first place of where to start on how to do this thing, but just to do it. There's absolutely nothing bad that can come from trying something out of my comfort zone or out of my skill set, because anything that I do, I'm better for. So I learned something, even if it's that I learn, hey, that's not my path. I can feel good about that. I tried that. So I guess that's it. I would have never done Big Face. I would have never done this if I didn't take a risk and get past the fear and just try something new. And guess what I found out? I love it. And I love being with you guys. And so thanks so much for being a part of this. Thank you for helping me take a risk and moving past the fear. I'll talk to you guys soon, and I'll see you next time on Big Face. Thank you guys so much.